Hello, and welcome to the Get Lean and Eat Clean podcast. My name is Brian Grin. I'm a certified health coach, trainer, and author. And this podcast is for middle-aged men and women looking to optimize their health and get their bodies back to what it once was 10 to 15 years ago. I will give you simple, actionable items to get long-term sustainable results. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. All right. Welcome to the Get Lean, Eat Clean podcast. My name is Brian Grin, and I hope you had a great weekend. I'm really excited. I just moved into a new place. So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see I got a different background, but same person. And I'm really excited about it. So I'm also excited to talk to you about this topic today that I touch on a lot, and that is intermittent fasting. And we're going to touch on why I do it for myself and why I implemented it with my clients. I've ever since I started doing it, I've become an advocate of it. And I'm going to touch on why that is. Now, one of the main reasons is the fact that there's a new diet, new weight loss solution like every other day. And that causes confusion. And when you're confused and when I'm confused, we don't take action. And I love the simplicity of the fact that you're either eating or you're not eating. You're in a fed state or you're in a feasted state. Now, if you ate every meal for the rest of the year, right? And let's say you average 3 meals a day, that's over 1,000 meals. That's 1,095 meals for the year. So if you put it in perspective, you think, God, if I skip a few meals, I think I'll be all right, right? I think I'm going to survive. And I think a lot of it is just a sort of a head game, a mental game. When I do some fasts, I just did a longer fast, almost about 3 days. And it really just came down to the mind, because simply we get these hunger cues, but we're really not truly hungry. We're just used to eating at these times. So once you sort of learn the mental game of fasting, you can conquer it. And it just can be a great tool in the toolbox to use for weight loss, for energy, or whatever you're looking at for. So I would say that's number one, is the simplicity of it. And you also don't have to keep, counting calories or macros or keeping points. It's just a matter of keeping track of time. And that can be done on an app. I also have a fasting journal that if you rather write things down, I love just writing things down rather than being on my phone and using an app, but either or, the flexibility of it, it can be done anywhere at any time. Let's say you're traveling, you don't want to eat plain food, or you don't want to stop on the road and get fast food. Skip the meal, not a big deal. You get used to it, drink some water, and you move on. Saves time. This one is huge. And this one, I think you don't sort of realize until you're doing it, because preparing meals or going to somewhere for lunch or even dinner or breakfast, it just takes time and it adds up. And I love the fact that my mornings are free. I can just get up and be productive. And typically I'll, push back and have my first meal maybe around 2-3 o'clock, and then one more around like 6 o'clock. But there are days where I do skip that lunch. I'm just busy and I have things going on and I just want to keep going. And it's really not a big deal. So you have that flexibility. You're sort of, you're not sort of tied to the clock. So saves time. I love that. You can be productive doing a lot of other things rather than getting up and having English muffin or something. Cost effective. Now, it definitely saves money, plain and simple. If you obviously, I haven't kept track since I started fasting, but it's probably saved me hundreds of dollars over the years of food. I still eat satiating, great meals and spend plenty of money on food, but it'll definitely save you money if you're skipping 1 or 2 meals. That's for sure. Cheat days. We all have our cheat days. I've had cheat meals here and there, but the nice thing about fasting is you can just get right back on it, and it's not a big deal. So it gives you that flexibility. You're not sort of tied to a certain thing. And obviously powerful results. I mean, fasting is such a powerful tool to decrease insulin levels safely, and that'll sort of help lower what's called your body set weight as well. So it takes time. You have to become adapted to it. So don't get discouraged right away. But essentially you can get some really powerful results and then tweak it as you go. And then you can add this to any way of eating, which is great, right? I mean, we have people who are keto. I have, if you listen to my podcast, I have people who are just carnivore. And then we have people maybe that are plant-based. Whatever it is, you know what? That's your choice. And the nice thing about fasting is it can accept all those. You can do paleo, vegan, keto, carnivore, and it doesn't matter because fasting is just a great addition to any style of eating. So the bottom line is, to lose weight, yes, intermittent fasting will help you. It could take some time, but it'll help lower your insulin levels. You also obviously want to avoid refined carbs and things like that, and sugar. That'll help as well, right? If you're eating clean throughout the times that you're feasting, it'll make the fasting times a lot easier. So those are the main reasons I love fasting and love working with my clients. And it's just so effective, whether you're looking for mental acuity or even weight loss or whatever it is. So I hope this gave you a reason enough to look into it. Obviously, it's not, you're never going to hear I always say you're never going to hear fasting in the mainstream because no one really makes money from it. Other than maybe coaches like myself who will help coach you through your fasting times and make it sure it's a lifestyle change. Other than that, other than coaches probably, and maybe some journals and apps, you're not going to hear it in the mainstream. You're going to see a Starbucks on every corner. But once you learn how to fast and you can flex your fasting muscle, it just gives you flexibility, simplicity, and yeah, you're going to get some great results, whatever you're looking for. So that's all I wanted to touch on today. I hope you're enjoying my podcast. Feel free to comment or review. That would be great. We're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, put them on YouTube as well. So thanks so much for listening and have a great day. Hey, Get Lean, Eat Clean Nation. Are you a man between the ages of 40 and 60 years old, looking to lose inches around your waist, have significantly more energy throughout the day, and gain muscle, all while minimizing the risk of injuries? Well, I'm looking for 3 to 5 people to work one-on-one with in my Fat Burner Blueprint Signature Program, which I've developed by utilizing my 15 years experience in the health and fitness space. This program is designed specifically for those committed to making serious progress towards their health goals over the next 6 months. We will focus on sleep, stress, nutrition, meal timing, and building lean muscle. If this sounds like a fit for you, email me at brian@briangrin.com with the subject line Blueprint. That's brian@briangrin.com with the subject line Blueprint. Thanks for listening to the Get Lean, Eat Clean podcast. I understand there are millions of other podcasts out there and you've chosen to listen to mine, and I appreciate that. Check out the show notes at briangrin.com for everything that was mentioned in this episode. Feel free to subscribe to the podcast and share it with a friend or family member that's looking to get their body back to what it once was. Thanks again and have a great day.